All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm gonna call it 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk, 6 p.m. for Arizona. It is time for Chatter with Statter. I am Mad Statter today, and today we're going to play a game, and I've already lost. The game we're going to play is How Long Will It Be Before You Spot Mad Statter Scratching Herself? I'll explain what I mean in a minute, but before I do that, I want to say, hey, Mama Sean, good to see you there on the YouTube side. Pennell Writes Things, good to see you here. Terry in Scotland, good to see you as well. Not sure if you came in on a raid or not, but I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's see here. Now that those are the folks that are here, why don't we play our little get started thing, and then we will, before that, though, we're going to say, hey, thank you so much, Pennell, for subbing for 46 months in a row, and both Ashes and Dusty are here in the house. Haven't seen Leo for a few days, but that's okay. I know he was around. And last Sunday, you wandered aimlessly through the sheep pastures. You were bereft. Yes, well, last Sunday, I had intermittent internet, and it was going up and down and back and forth, and it was just... I had half an internet, I guess, is what I had. Anyway, I didn't even want to think about the nightmare of streaming it because I couldn't barely get onto anything. And so I walked away in disgust and was wandering through the fields myself. Yes, indeedly do. All right. So, sorry about that, you guys. Like I said, I was afraid to even stream no stream tonight. That's how unstable everything was. It was just a pain in the arse. All right, so yes, it was the half-fast internet. That's exactly what it was. Exactly. All right, so let's get this party started, shall we? All right, there we go. So now that the party has started, let's start the party game. Not really a game, but let's see how long. Let's see, it's 5:05. Let's see how long it will be. I'm guessing less than 30 seconds. Before you catch me somehow scratching somewhere on my body. I don't know what is going on with myself today, but I am inflamed. I'm inflamed and red and weird, and I just want to scratch every inch of my skin. I'm taking Benadryl at the moment to try to make the antihistamines calm the skin down. Yesterday and today have been nothing but scratching. And that's all I want to do right now is scratching. And let's see here. Rick was just checking tire prices. I like it better here. Good to see you, Rick. And I hope that that it's not new tires for the new car. I hope it's new tires for your little rig. And yeah, I just recently bought some tires last year. And yeah, the cheap ones will run you about $500 for a set, and them be there the cheap ones. And sudden urge to scratch your nose right now. Of course, Pennell, exactly. And Terry, am I allergic to something? Very good question. And I have been trying to figure out what... Oh, we almost did it. I've been trying to figure out what the problem is. I don't know. It just suddenly happened. And it's just been slowly creeping all over my body. And then today I woke up with this thing on my face. I don't know if that's from this or that. This part doesn't itch, but it sure looks nice and gross. But I don't know if you can really see the coloring, but this part is just, I've been itching and scratching. And no, I didn't change soaps. And I mean, I already have my skin is already so sensitive and has been since forever. I've always used unscented laundry detergent. I've always used unscented bath soap. I will say that my shampoos I've been able to have scented shampoos, but I'm starting to wonder if the perfume on my shampoo, conditioner products are, they're like touching my skin with my hair, and It's not a new shampoo. It's just maybe a new reaction. I haven't changed anything. And not only that, whoop, see, all right, there we go. 507, just did it. Yep, there we go. Scratch like a monkey. Yeah, I am. Whew, so yeah, 2 minutes. I went 2 minutes without scratching, and let me tell you, my friends, that was a tough 2 minutes. No, I was not playing on the backyard. No, I didn't change soaps. And not only did Mama Sean did I not change soaps, oddly enough, I did change my sheets the night before last. So they were brand new clean sheets. And I started to get kind of itchy. So I'm wondering if it's something to do with the sheets. So I slept on them 2 nights now. And here we are. So I think I'm going to change out my sheets again and put other sheets on. Yeah, good question, Rick. Laundry soap? Well, I Tide Free and Clear. It's the same stuff I've used since forever. So I've got another set of sheets that I took off my bed the other night, and anyway, I'm going to be putting those back on tonight and seeing if that helps. I have no idea. And Terry in Scotland, I showered before I went to bed. I usually do too. And I like that conditioner. He says, oh, good. I'm glad that you found a good conditioner for your hairs. My hairs is not looking good today. Everything is not looking good today. But I'll bet your hair is looking all sleek and conditioned and not fly away, but silky smooth, which is exactly what you want that conditioner to do for your hair. Oh, here I am, scratching. Yeah, I'm going to be scratching like nobody's business today, and in fact, we might even have to call it short if I start scratching too much. I have already made myself bleed because of the scratching, so yeah, we're doing good today. Hope everybody else is doing better than I am. And there you go. You're allergic to my clothes. Sorry to give you all that image, says Turl Dust. Good to see you. Good to see you, Turl Dust. Darlene, you're here. Just finished wrapping leftovers. Yum. Well, Pinnell, they're brand new sheets, yes, but they were also washed before I put them on my bed. So I don't know. And the other sheets that I have that are in the dryer right now, I bought 2 sets of sheets at the same time, washed them both. And so the sheets that are in the dryer right now are technically the same sheets from the same manufacturer that are on my bed right now. They're just 2 different colors. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We'll have to figure out. Well, no, we won't. I will. You won't have to figure it out, but I will let you know. All right, so hey, we don't need to be talking about my itchy and scratchy. But what we do need to talk about is something very important. Something that is near and dear to almost all of our hearts. Excuse me. And that is that's this, dude. Did you know I literally am I allergic to the color? I might be. The yellow sheets were fine and dandy. The bittersweet brown sheets were not. Apparently, my body does not like rust, the color rust. That is correct. I do not have black sheets. I do not use black sheets. In fact, my sheets are remarkably colorful. I have saffron yellow sheets, which are my favorites. And those were the ones that did not make me itchy. And then I have sort of a rust-colored bittersweet brown. And they're the ones that are making me itchy. Itchy and scratchy. If not, the sheets have to bin around any poison ivy. Hey, Pussycat, good to see you. No, and actually, we don't have a lot of poison ivy up here. We do have a little bit of poison oak, but no, absolutely not. I have been in an urban scape for many, many weeks now. No accidental exposure to anything on the nature side. Not one little thing. But you guys, I just found this out yesterday, and I was kind of I don't know what to think. So I'm going to present to you a common food item. We might have all eaten 1 or 12 at some point in our life. It's a corn tortilla. Not just a corn tortilla, a store-bought hard shell taco shell. What we're seeing right here, you know, the yellow foldy things, those things right there. Are we all familiar with what these things are, right? Right. Have we perhaps even bought them and brought them into our own home on occasion? I'm not one who has those tacos very often, but I certainly have grown up with them, and I certainly have eaten them at a house before. My question to you guys is, do you guys cook these? Do you guys put these in the oven and bake them before you use them? Before you fill them up with your little taco fillings, your meatsies, your cheesies, your veggies, all the things that you might put in one of these, do you just take them out of the box and put your stuff in? Or do you cook them first? Do you fry them or bake them or heat them in any way before you eat the taco? Make the taco and eat the taco. Mama Sean, heat for a few minutes, yes. And then Rick, can microwave for a short time just to heat them up. Y'all, I have never heard of doing that. Darlene, I heat them till a bit warm, but I don't usually get those for tacos. Terry, I suspect they should be cooked. Pussycat, you cook them in the oven. Terry, I'm on the I had no idea that A, you could do that, and that B, people do that. In fact, a lot of people, as it turns out, heat their taco shells somehow before they fill their taco shells. Mama Sean, oven 350 for about 5 minutes. Yeah, Pussycat, crunchy and warm. It has never flippin' occurred to me, not one gosh darn time, to put one of those things, or a whole batch of them, or any... What? And only had them once at a friend's house. Don't think she cooked them, says Panel. Okay. Well, Panel, that's how I eat mine. Apparently that's how your friend eats hers. But apparently we're eating them wrong. Because everybody who says that you're supposed to cook them has a good reason. They all say that it's better, that they're less hard, they're crispier instead of hard and crunchy. You don't cut your mouth on them as much as you do when they're not cooked. And Mama Sean, yeah, you obviously don't have to, but they are nicer warmed. I'm gonna have to take your word for that, and then one day I'll have to actually do an experiment to see if that is true. But quite honestly, y'all, I had no idea. Pussycat, honestly, okay, Puzzy, perfectly good question. And normally I would be the one asking that question. Pussycat, didn't you read the directions? Huh? Good question, Pussycat. Honestly, it didn't occur to me that there would be directions for taco shells. You know what I'm saying? It never occurred to me there would be flippin' directions for gall-dongin' taco shells. I just thought it was fairly obvious. You put your meat, you put your cheese, you put your veggies, you put your tomatoes, you put your sauce, put your sour creams, and then you eat them. Now, granted, the order upon which I just said, that's how I make them, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are like, that is not the order that you stuff a taco. You don't do that. Well, I do, okay? I'm not, but look, what do I know? I already don't know how to eat a taco shell, so don't look at me for how you're supposed to even make a taco. Good Lord. Yeah. And then, Rick, okay, well, yeah, you have to heat them before you fill them, otherwise the lettuce is going to be toasty. Exactly. And let's see here, I agree, Mama Sean, heat in the oven, but Rick gets impatient, so blast them in the microwave the few times we've had them. Oh, Rick, you can't even wait 5 flippin' minutes. I trailed us. I thought that I didn't need no stinking directions for taco shells, but obviously, I don't know what I'm doing in life. Obviously, I need to read the directions. I don't know. And right, there's no directions for cheese. But I know what I'm supposed to do with cheese. I thought I knew what I was supposed to do with cheese. Then again, I thought I knew what I was supposed to do with the taco shell. Oh, look, I just scratched again. And again, yeah. See, look at this fun game. How many times am I going to get caught scratching on camera? So, all right, it sounds like all you guys are way more smarter than I am. More smarter on the taco shell scene, which is kind of, I'm trying, Puzzy. I'm trying to cut it out. But I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so I guess I'm allowed to not know how to make a taco. But then again, Darlene, she's from the upper Midwest, and she already knows how to make a taco. I need directions to eat a taco. New t-shirt. Oh, gosh, darn it. Trail dust. That is exactly it. I need directions to eat a taco. Yes. That's... Hi, have we met? There. And hey, Mitchie Mama, good to see you here. We are talking right now about a most important topic that is on all of our minds all the time. Not really. We're talking about taco shells. We're talking about these specific types of taco shells. The yellow kind that are already curved when you buy them. Hard taco shells. And Mitchie Mama, you've been around the world, you've been around life, you've been around things and stuff. You might even be one to read directions. Oh, you love tacos. Perfect. So my question, Mitchie Mama, is when you buy those taco shells, not the soft shell, because I like the soft shell as well, but those kind, the yellow kind that are, do you heat up the taco shell before you make your tacos? Or do you just grab them out of the box and make your taco? Because apparently there's directions on the box that's like, you're supposed to heat these up. But I never got that memo. Okay, you also... All right, awesome. I don't know anything about nothing. And apparently I've been eating raw tacos. Puzzycat, you do have to heat up the soft shell. Absolutely. I agree with that. I throw it on the grill for just a second, get it heated up a little bit pliable. For sure. But the hard taco shell, I had no idea. And hey, Shot, good to see you. I know that you're probably not much of a taco eater, especially the flour tortilla kind. But if and when you do eat hard shell tacos, do you heat up the taco shell like you're supposed to, apparently? What? I had no idea. And Mitchie Mama, I started to use soft shell to make it eating easier. Yeah, and then, okay, Shock, I always heat up soft corn tortillas, but not hard corn tortillas. Exactly. The soft ones make sense, but the hard ones, it just never occurred to me. And Terry, yeah, I have dry skin all the time. And the weather has gotten a little bit... Oh, you know what? The weather did change in the last couple days, and it got remarkably less moisture in the road. I wonder if that's what's going on. Either way, for those of you who are just tuning in, we're playing a special game today, which is how many times can Statter scratch herself on camera? Because... because I am in a fit of itching, and everything makes me want to itch. I'm currently on 2 Benadryl in hopes that the itching will subside, but instead, I'm just sitting here playing Itchy and Scratchy, both characters, Itchy and Scratchy, yeah. And let's see here, Mitchie Mama, I put them together, soft and hard shell. Okay. And let's see here. Which one's on the outside, says Rick. And Mitchie Mama says soft on the outside. Right, totally. And if you want your hard tortilla shell to be soggy and chewy, then go ahead and heat it up. Ooh. I like it. She's getting all rambunctious about her rule breaking. Her lack of directions, she's got a reason for it. She's got an attitude. I don't need no stinking soft tacos when I want hard tacos. I want my tacos to be so hard, they're like diamonds in my teeth. Okay, that works. That works. And do I have any allergy meds? Yeah, well, sort of. Benadryl. And we started the humidifiers a couple days ago. Yeah, I don't know if I have a humidifier, but I do have an air filter. Yeah, I don't know about that. And let's see here. And then Mama Sean's like, no, Shock, that's not it. It doesn't make it soggy unless you pre-fill it before you heat it. Okay. And let's see here. You even bought those wire racks to stack the tacos. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, now Puzzy. Oh, well, now we've got a whole new argument. Puzzy's like, no, you stuff it first, then you heat it. Oh, I don't think that's what they say in the directions, though, Puzzy. I think first off, I think it's a good idea, especially with cheese. You want to melt the cheese in there. That sounds tasty. But, Puzzy's a little bit of an outlier in his methodology. He does heat them, but he's probably, it sounds like, got the meat and the cheese in there. And yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of hard tacos. And Pinnell, you're totally right. Eating hard tacos, pretty much, you can, once you have it in your hand, you can never put it down. You have to pretty much, and your plate needs to be right there. I've known of some people who will actually eat a taco over another taco shell, and then all of their taco mess falls into the new taco shell, and so then they eat that's their second taco is the mess from the first. And this is why I don't eat tacos in public. Exactly. But Mitchie Mama, now I don't know if this is what you do, but just for those of you who aren't familiar with Taco Bell and their shenanigans or whatever, they have, I don't know if they always have it, but they used to have this thing called a double decker taco, I think is what they were called. Anyway, it was a flour tortilla, and then it was refried beans, and that was then wrapped around a hard shell taco. And so the beans made the soft shell taco stick to the hard shell. And then when you take a bite of your hard/soft shell taco, the bean soft taco shell keeps the crumbly hard taco shell from falling apart in your hands. And so I'm wondering, Mitchie Mama, is that what you do when you do when you do the 2-layer tortilla stuff? The soft on the outside of the hard? And steak and bean burritos, that sounds tasty. And traditional here, the real Mexican fast foods will take the soft taco, fill with meat, and then close and fry. Yeah, they do that. They do that at Jack in the Box, too. For those of you who aren't familiar, there is a fast food chain called Jack in the Box. I don't think they have them in Florida. I'm not sure how common they are around the country, but in the Pacific Northwest and in Hawaii, they are everywhere. And even though they're a hamburger joint, they actually have 2 tacos for 99 cents. And they're 2 little tacos that they put with, okay, we're going to call it meat. I don't really know what it is. They put meat and cheese in the soft corn tortilla, fold it up, put it in the deep fryer, and then when it's done deep frying, they sort of reopen it up and put lettuce in it, and then they serve them to you. And they're so trashy, but they are actually kind of tasty. I don't know I don't know what's supposed to be in them. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be meat or if it's supposed to be beans. I don't really know what the filling is. They don't really tell you they're beef tacos. They just call them tacos. So I don't really know, but they are pretty tasty. And we call the hard taco here an American taco. Right. That makes sense. And yes, we had the taco with the soft and hard shell together. I stopped going to Taco Bell when they discontinued the taco salad. There we go. And Pussycat, oh, you do have Jack in the Boxes in Florida? Okay, because I had a friend who moved to Florida and then moved back a few years later, and she was really bummed that there was no Jack in the Boxes. So there must have just been none near her, I guess. But yeah, she was like, Florida doesn't have Jack in the Box. I never knew how much I missed Jack in the Box until Jack in the Box was not an option. And it sounds like 7-Eleven hot dogs. You know, you can make fun of 7-Eleven hot dogs all you want, but I actually don't mind a quarter-pound Big Bite every once in a while. What freaks me out at 7-Eleven is the hot dog shaped hamburgers. I've never had one of those. Have any of you guys ever had one of those hot dog shaped hamburgers at 7-Eleven? Those are what freak me out. Like the quarter-pound Big Bite, I already know it's a hot dog, which means we don't know what it is. But that's supposed to be a hamburger. And I'm supposed to know what's in a hamburger. And shock, what's in the Jack in the Box taco is some kind of non-gluten-free meat paste. Exactly. And for some reason, I like that crappy-looking Jack in the Box tacos. The price is right, too. Yes, no, without a doubt, Michi Mama, that's what I'm saying. It's like 2 tacos for 99 cents. They're obviously not very big. They hit the spot. But yeah, I mean, they are trash food, but you know, whatever. And would people lose their minds if I used lefse for a taco shell? I don't think so. But then again, I think that I'm a white person judging you on white people food. I think you should probably ask a Latino or Hispanic person or people. Then you'll get a much better barometer. It's like, I'm going to use Norwegian flatbread for my for my Norwegian Mexican meal. And let's see here. Michi Mama, you never saw that hamburger in our 7-Elevens. It's not a hamburger. It's a hot dog. It's oftentimes on the hot dog roller. Have you ever? Yeah, see Honda, food discussion. Big shock there. It looks sort of like a big old sausage link, but it's like the size of a quarter-pound Big Bite. And it's on the hot dog roller. It's next to the hot dogs and the taquitos and the everything like that. But then again, you know, Michi Mama, you've got a completely different set of 7-Eleven foods than we have up here in the States, so you might not have seen it, I guess. And let's see here. Yeah, I don't see why you can't do a meat and cheese in lefse. I just think that you might make people angry by calling it a taco. Avocado tacos were popular in Sacramento when I was there in the 70s. One little drive-thru sold nothing else. Now, when you say avocado taco, what do you mean by that? Do you mean the stand was just called avocado taco? Or do you mean it was a taco made with avocados? Or what do you mean by avocado taco? It's just the problem with the English language sometimes. It's like, well, it could mean this, but it also could mean that. And shock, we got some Mexican food in Berlin that was not really Mexican. Yes. Oh, they had avocado instead of meat. Oh, well, I wouldn't be eating there then. That sounds horrific. I mean, avocado is a topping for your taco, not the main dish. And see Honda, okay, taco expert. Oh, Puzzycat, you want to try shrimp tacos are the bomb. Shrimp tacos actually are probably some of the best tacos in the world, in my opinion. But hey, see Honda, here. So this is the question that sparked this scattering of conversation. Taco shells, and I guess I already know you know, but I'm going to ask anyway. Taco shells. These taco shells, the yellow ones that are pre-formed to be, you know, a shell, you know, to hold, you know, they're preformed. They're the U shape, you know, they're these things. Do you just eat them out of the package, or do you heat them in the oven or microwave, I guess? Do you heat them in the oven first, or you just make your taco, grab the shell out of the box, make your taco, eat your taco? Or do you grab the shell out of the box, put it in the oven, then wait till it's warm, then make your taco, then eat your taco? So that is my question to you. And the guacamole taco is the best thing ever. Well, guacamole is different than avocado. I mean, it's very similar, but at least guacamole has flavor, whereas avocado just sort of is like, wow, this is greasy paste of no taste in my mouth. And so, poor boy fried shrimp sandwich. Oh, well, that's not a taco. That's just one of the best sandwiches ever. Poor boys with deep fried any kind of seafood. I'll even probably eat a poor boy oyster. And I don't eat oysters, but I probably would. And then I make a chicken taco dish with the taco seasoning, lettuce, cheese, tomato, beans. It turned out so good. More of a taco chicken casserole. No, that does sound good. And let's see here. For millennia, certain giant sloths in South America lived on nothing but avocados. Of course it can be the main dish. Not in my belly, it can't be. I'm not really a fan of avocado. I mean, I don't dislike it because, like I said, I like guacamole, but just by itself, like the whole concept of avocado toast to me just... I don't get it. I just don't get it. And let's see here. I had chicken parmesan. I don't know what that is. Parmesan. Chicken parmesan? Are you trying to say chicken parmesan? I love chicken parmesan, but I don't know what chicken and parmesan is. Hummus on bagels, I do that too, but no avocados. And let's see here, Mitchie Mama talking to Darlene, about what Darlene made. Yeah, that, you're talking about Parmesan though, right, Pussycat? Did I get it right? Did I guess it right? I'm not sure if I guessed it right, but let's see here, who is it that just said... Oh no, Mama Sean, you're getting thunder and lightning, and the dogs think that it's very, very frightening. That's not good. And then let's see here. Avocado Shock says avocados definitely have different flavors based on their type. Like they're really big ones with the smooth skin, have no flavor, and are very plastic, and I hate them. Yes, that is very true. In fact, when I was in Hawaii, on Hawaii Island many years ago, I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell you again. I was staying at a coffee plantation, and I decided to go up the mountain a little bit, on the trails to watch sort of the sunset. And so as I was walking up the trails, I noticed, looking out, I'm on a very steep slope at this point, and I'm looking out and I see these beautiful avocados, and they're huge, but they're like way far up from the ground, right? But because the tree was planted at the bottom of the hill, so I'm like halfway up the hill. So it was sort of like at my height, but way high. Anyway, I found a couple rocks, fancy that. I found some lava rocks on the volcano, and I threw them at the avocados, and it hit the branch and it shook them down, and boom, every rock I threw, thunk, 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 the avocado came down. So I was like, awesome, dude, I know how to pick the avocados, shake them down from the tree, because I am so smart. And so I went down and I kept watching the tree to make sure I didn't lose track of where the tree was. So I found the base of the tree at the bottom of the hill. And so then I started looking for the avocados on the ground, and I found the avocados on the ground, and I was really excited about finding the avocados on the ground. So I picked them up and I put them in my shirt apron, and I looked up, and there's a bunch of avocados right there, just ready. She's like, I didn't have to get the big tall avocado. If I wanted avocados, I could have just gone to the tree and picked them. I didn't have to find them at the tallest branch, throw a rock to have them come down. No, none of that. I didn't, but I was so proud of doing that. And then I saw, anyway, so then I take this huge, it's exactly like the Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz when she grabs the apples, precisely, only the avocado tree didn't fight back. So I go back down to the house with my full apron shirt of avocados, and the people I'm staying with are like, oh yeah, we don't eat those kind. We just give those to the pigs. Those kind don't taste very good. And they were the big, round, smooth ones or whatever. And so it was just like all this work. I was so proud of myself. I'm helping. I'm bringing food for the family. And they're just like, no, we're just going to feed that to the pig. Because they had hunted a pig not too long ago and kept it. They trapped a pig not too long ago and had it penned up, and they were feeding it to fatten it up so then they would eventually not have a pig for a pet. Yeah, so I was really proud of myself. I knew how to pick avocados from high places. You don't always have to go to the high places to pick the avocados. They're there low too. Oh well, live and learn. And oh no, you've got appendicitis? Hold on, wait. And let's see here, wait. Mitch Mama, I have to eat bland foods because yesterday I had a CAT scan and it showed that I have appendicitis. I'm on antibiotics now. Oh, well, I guess... What does spicy food have to... I don't know how to... Let's see here. I don't know how to rephrase this question. So, I guess it's a multifaceted question. What is it that the appendix does that spicy food would bother it? I, for some reason, thought the appendix was more about sugary food, but I really don't know what I was talking about. I was told to stay away from greasy and spicy foods. Okay, well, the greasy, I can't. Mitch Mama, by the way, I am by no means questioning the medical advice that was given to you. Because I'm questioning the medical advice that was given to you because I don't know what an appendix does. So what I am questioning, actually, is what does the appendix do that the spiciness would be a problem? And is it the appendix or is it the gallbladder that has to do with insulin? Oh my gosh. So many questions that I just don't see. Okay, Darlene, I thought that was more of a gallbladder issue with food. I could be wrong. Right, no, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, wait, am I getting the gallbladder and the appendix confused? But then again, I don't really know what... Yeah, and then can you have it removed, I guess, is really the question. Yeah, because appendicitis, isn't that when it, like, gets all burst and then you need to... Yeah, wait, hold on. Forget about your food, man. Like, well, I mean, don't. Follow the directions, for sure, but... Wait, Mitchie Mama, I'm so slowly cluing in. Oh my god, isn't that, are you gonna burst? Are you at risk of bursting? Do they have to take it out, maybe? Or are they giving you the antibiotics so they don't have to take it out? I guess these are more of my concerns. I mean, eat what they told you, but actually, like, are you gonna have to get it removed? And, yeah, exactly, Shock. 2 life lessons, 1 experience, can't beat that, exactly. And so I was only given that option, but when it was only inflamed, so I was given that option, but it was only inflamed, so I went with antibiotic. Okay, cool. Okay. And yeah, best not to remove the appendix because, as Terry in Scotland, I found out recently that the appendix has a purpose. It's a backup reserve of gut bacteria in case some illness wipes out your bacteria. Oh, okay. And then let's see here. Spicy food hurts because it causes inflammation. And if you've seen Cheech and Chong, yo, come on ice cream, you know why. I don't know what that last sentence means, Shock, and I'm going to assume that's a very strange voice to text. And yo, come on ice cream, you know why. I believe you. And you were having such a bad day yesterday, I wasn't ready for surgery. Mitchie Mama, who is? But, so my next, I guess, question for you, Mitchie Mama, and obviously you don't have to answer these questions, but if the antibiotics doesn't work, then is it safe to assume they will be surgerying you? Or will you just scratch the appendix out? Because, I could come scratch the appendix out for you. Anyway, yeah. Let's see here. My brother and I had to have ours removed. You have to be careful for when it gets real bad. It could burst and infect your insides. Be careful. Watch carefully. Mitchie Mama, if pain worsens, go in. Right, exactly. The appendix is just a reservoir of gut bacteria hanging off your intestine, and it doesn't do anything unless you need to repopulate your gut. Right. I've had pancreatitis, and it's pretty bad. Okay, so Mitchie Mama, yes, the urgent care doc said that if I have pain again, go straight to the ER and it will be removed. Okay. Well, you know what, Mitchie Mama, I'll tell you right now, please be paranoid about this. One of my friends actually did have his appendix burst, and he did survive, but he ended up in the hospital for probably about 6 weeks afterwards, recovering from it. And I guess it burst so incredibly bad that even the it was bad. The nurses were all very shocked that he was able to survive with just how bad that burst was. I want to say that they couldn't find the appendix. It burst into so many little pieces that it was just it's in your elbow now. We don't know. So yeah, it was very painful. But yeah, it took a really long time for him to recover. So, obviously nobody wants to have surgery, but this is a surgery that you probably, if you need it, you kind of want it. So I hope you don't need it. I hope that those antibiotics get that gut back into shape. Get that gut back into fighting shape. And when I mean gut, I mean your gut bacteria, your appendix people, your appendix guts. And your Aunt Francine had inflamed appendix, and her appendix was inverted somehow. The surgeons couldn't find it. Oh my God. And no, he does not, Lona does not have a song about an appendix as far as I know. But it is that time. And so we've gone from taco shells to burst appendices. Appendices? I don't know. All I know is the chatter is scattering, and that is good. And it is time for our Lono listening break. So let's do that, shall we? Boop.
9 of diamonds. Gaze into the night sky and see all the diamonds lit up silently, and the moon that will rise. Then realize we are stardust in each other's eyes. We're all made up of all the universe has known. Take the long and the winding road home, the path that is taken along. Far away they will hear, somewhere over horizons, when legends and stories are told. The songs and the memories of gold in 2110. reminder we are the same. We are the same. Hey, hey. It's okay if we treat each other well. It's okay if we had a bad day. It's okay if we sing out, play ukulele. Maybe that's what we needed to hear. Maybe that's why the people are here, to hear a sweet song. We are the same. We are the same. We are the same. We are the same. 9 of diamonds. Nine.
All right, gotta push buttons. All right, there we go. So, yeah, well, I've already taken an antihistamine. I've taken two of these about 5 minutes before the live stream. I feel like they might be kicking in and helping a little bit, but as you guys have noticed, it's not 100% effective. Yeah. And let's see here. An antihistamine spray, that sounds kind of nice. I might want that for sure. And because I am thinking it's like, calamine lotion, brilliant idea, but at the same time, I feel also like if I was to get calamine lotion, I'd be walking around like a pink plaster cast of, you know, of calamine, because I've got it all over my body. Hey there, Elaine, good to see you. We are we're talking about a lot of different stuff, but one recurring topic that we're talking about is itching and itch relief. Mostly because I am completely, like, just rashed out and itchy all over today. And so I apologize for making y'all itch. Because I know watching people itch makes you want to itch. And I'm sorry. I don't want to. I don't want to be itching. And cortisone cream, you know what, Pussycat? I have very mixed reactions to that. I do have some Benadryl cream, and maybe I'll try that, but sometimes my skin is really sensitive, and I end up getting a rash from the cortisone cream. So then I've got a rash that's itching, and then the cortisone rash on top of it, and it's just... unpleasant. But I am willing, actually. I am so unpleasant right now that I am thinking maybe I'll do a test spot on the cortisone cream and see how it works. And yeah, Caladryl Clear, actually, that's funny, Darlene, because that's what I was thinking about, the clear calamine lotion, but I didn't know that Caladryl was both Benadryl and calamine lotion combined. Oh, okay. Well, Darlene, I think maybe just came in with the answer that I'm going to want to go explore, which is Benadryl and calamine lotion combined. And it worked for shingles, so that's definitely good. So yeah. And you kind of like the idea of a pink plaster cast. It's kind of messy. And witch hazel is good for itches too. Yeah, you know, I used to always have witch hazel on hand, but I don't anymore. Another thing I've found, and I was thinking about going to get, is this stuff called Domebro solution. And most people have never heard of it. It is spelled Domebro, Domeboro. And it's this little packet of powder that you put in warm water, and you can use all or half or a quarter of the packet depending upon the strength that you want it, and then you just put that solution on your itches. The problem with Domebro, it's like an old fashioned itch relief solution, and it does work, but you end up smelling like vinegar. And I don't like having to smell like vinegar. On the other hand, I suppose if I'm not going out and no one else has to smell my vinegar self, I might do it. You even dab it onto bad bug bites. It helps. Not perfect, but you do have to redab, but it helps. Yeah, redab is fine. Bullet Frontier taken internally is good for itching, provided you consume enough. I will take your word for that, but I'm not so sure I can handle that medicine. I prefer more of a clear liquid medicine to an amber colored medicine. So, so we'll have to see if maybe some vodka will help with the itches, huh? Actually, you know, I'm saying this totally facetiously, i.e. drinking the vodka to help with the itches, but my sister, when she... Sorry, guys. My sister, she would get eaten by mosquitoes no matter where we went. And she found that rubbing alcohol helped dry them out and take away the itch. And we were on vacation once, and we were at this condo, and the condo didn't have any rubbing alcohol. So she was going nuts. So she just took some of probably... Well, I don't know if it was mom's scotch or dad's whiskey. Doesn't really matter. She took one of our parents' whiskey and put it on a cotton and dabbed her bug bites with the whiskey. And apparently the whiskey helped. So Terry and Scotland, you know, Bullet Frontier, even applied externally, might be helping the itches. So, so I wouldn't even have to actually, you know, drink it. And Elaine, I'm a sensitive person and allergic to shellfish. I do peppermint drops. Sorry, I've been through all the meds. I represented Topricin, natural homeopathic lotion that is a moisturizer. We can email. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, although it is hopefully I'll be done with this episode before anything that we can get from the naturopathic lotion will happen. But Topricin, no, is that Topricin, I suppose maybe is how it's pronounced. Elaine, is that something that like is available at like a supplement vitamin store, or is that only available online? Because there's a supplement store right by the Trader Joe's that I would definitely think about hitting up, maybe even tonight, if it might be there. But the Caladryl, though, that's calamine and Benadryl. That sounds like right up my alley. And I realize that that's all, you know, pharmaceutical, evil chemicals. And you know what? When I'm itching this bad, I don't care. Evil evil fartaceuticals. That's right. The fartaceuticals are good enough for me today. Oh, yeah. All right. So, speaking of things and stuff that y'all might need, I would like to switch the topic entirely, because I'm sure we will get back to this topic, because I'm sure I will itch again. But I want to show you guys, this is the Spam, the Spam fruitcake. I made multiple of these. But this is what it looks like in the package, or whatever. And so, the Spam fruitcake. Oh, I will be changing the sheets, Pussycat. The Spam fruitcake is made with candied Spam, pecans, dates, golden raisins, dark raisins, cherries, and cranberries. Now, if any of you would like to try this Spam fruitcake, I will happily mail you a Spam fruitcake. I do not want to force it upon anybody. Oh, it's also got Captain Morgan spiced rum in it. It's got booze in this, by the way. So, if any of you guys are stupid enough, crazy enough, curious enough, to try it, I will happily send you a little loaf. So hit me up at madstatter@gmail.com, and I can make this happen. And so, okay, available mostly natural shores. Actually, you know what, Elaine? I think you already sent me some Spry peppermint drops, and it didn't occur to me to try those for the itching, but I have those in my medicine cabinet right now. So don't worry about that. So you've already sent me some of those, and I still have some of those. So I just use those when I'm congested and stuff. But if you think it'll help with the itch, I will give it, I will absolutely give it a whirl. And see what it looks a lot better now than when it was raw. Exactly. And do you think this time around Spam fruitcake turned out better? Do you think? Yes and no, Darlene. This, I think this is version 2. Version 2 was a learning experience, and it did and it didn't turn out better. I slightly undercooked version 2, and so that really affected the texture. So I realize now that it's better to err on over baking than under baking. So lesson 1 learned. 2, the success story of version 2 was I used more and bigger chunks of pecans, and that was good. We want to keep that. The other thing, now the cooking part, that was a mistake. That wasn't an intentional variable that I meant to mess with. It just is, it happened that way. And I know why it happened that way. So that won't happen again. But the Spam, oddly enough, I used bigger chunks of Spam, and I didn't candy them as hard. And so I thought that this doing it that way, it would have more Spam flavor than the first version. The first version, I cut the Spam in really tiny pieces and candied it really hard, so they were like super chewy and kind of not beef jerky texture, but closer to a beef jerky texture than the traditional Spam texture. And as it turns out, candying them less made them taste less like Spam. There was less, I thought there'd be more Spam flavor in this. There turned out to be less. So I'm going to go back to the way that I did version 1's Spam. We're going to continue adding the extra nuts, and then we're going to cook it properly next time. That being said, even this one, which isn't perfect, is still delicious. So, it doesn't really matter if I send you version 1 or version 2, or even version 3, which will be being made this weekend. They're all really close to the same flavor profile, like really close. taste testers that have tried both version 1 and version 2 could barely tell the difference. The most noticeable difference was the texture due to the underbaking. But even still, it was fully baked. It's not like it's raw. It just wasn't quite as crumbly. It was more moist and dense. But the differences between the two are very subtle. So there you go. And Elaine, I use daikon, Japanese turnips with soy sauce for any rash or itch. Daikon has natural toxic neutralizers, great for eaten rashes and even bee stings. Fresh daikon grated or chewed with shoyu. So wait, I have to eat the daikon or I put the daikon on the thing? I'm a little confused. It sounds like I'm supposed to eat the daikon, not not put it on you, but can you put it on? And then let's see here. Yes, with some recipes, says Darlene, you have to try and work out the kinks. That's how I learned not to add the dried fruit in my granola recipe to the end when done. The dried fruit does not need to be cooked. They become really hard nuggets. Right, exactly. And let's see here. Was the cook fully baked? Ooh, God, itching again. No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, but that's a moot point. I put what it was a case of timing. I was supposed to meet somebody somewhere, and I put these in the oven 10 minutes later than I had anticipated I was going to be putting them in. Consequently, the time for me to meet somebody was happening. They barely finished in time, and when I did the toothpick test to see if they were done, they were definitely on the lower end of done. And had I not had to meet somebody, I would have put them back in for another 5 to 7 minutes. But because I had to meet somebody and they were like, meh, done, it was done enough. As it turns out, no, it really, that extra 5 to 7 minutes would have really mattered. But live and learn. And you have to eat the grated daikon, but for bee stings can be cut fresh with juices, dab right into the area. It helps within 15 minutes or less. Got it. I get it. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about, but I do know that we need to talk about this because we always have to talk about this. My coworker, for those of you who've been around for a while, you already know this. My coworker had a stray kitty cat show up at her house, and the stray kitty cat was very pregnant. And then the stray kitty cat got even more pregnant, and then eventually she burst her bubble and had her babies. She had 6 kittens, and right about now they're about 5 to 6 weeks old, and this is what they look like. It's a kitten pile. It's a kitten face. It's a kitten line. It's a kitten face. Look at all the kittens. So there we go. We've got all of the kittens, and I always say live and hopefully learn. Right. And so yes, they are doing great, and they're mostly using the litter box. They're not fully weaned yet, but they do know what wet food is all about, and they enjoy eating it. They are jumpers and climbers, and they have in the last 2 days figured out how and gotten strong enough to jump high enough to get out from their secluded play area. And so what was once a room that was divided into 2, kitten side versus not kitten side, that room has basically just become all of the kittens' rooms, because here you can see, not in this picture, but not in this picture, not in that picture, but this picture right here, you can see them laying, and where they are laying is in the kitchen room. And if you see those little cloudy dividers right behind them, those are like a little piece of plastic fencing or whatever, foldable, that's maybe about 3 feet high. All of these kittens now can just leap over that barrier. And so they are no longer trapped by that barrier. And I just think they're just so gosh darn cute. And even though I tell myself I don't want one, I'm finding myself really having a hard time not wanting one. So yeah, that's how that works. Especially that little black one at the end. He was snoozing. Oh, he's so cute. He's snoozing. And let's see here. Our daughter just rescued a 1-year-old cat. They named it Mobius. Nice, Rick. What color is the cat? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? And let's see here. The daughter who's a veterinarian is the one who adopted a rescued cat. Good, good, good. And very curious what color it is. And you're right, Sue Honda. This age is the cutest age. Oh no. And then let's see here. One thing, Daikon will give you smelly gas, but I had terrible rash and did Daikon for 5 days. No smell till 5th day. Interesting. I wonder if the smell happens after the rash goes away, maybe? Okay, it's a boy, and he's a black and white kitty. All right, there we go. I've never had a black and white kitty. I've known plenty, but I've only had all black kitties. And exactly, Pussycat, don't do it. I'll be like Luke. Yeah, I've been more like Luke than I care to admit on more than one occasion, and I really want me to back away from that lifestyle, so... And Pinnell reminds me of the kittens chasing Hugo around. Poor Hugo tried to open the door to get away. Oh no, oh no. I'm just wondering, so my coworker actually, she already has a cat who lives downstairs. I'm just wondering if her cat and these cats are ever going to get to meet each other. And let's see here, Terry in Scotland coming in with blue eyes are a genetic trait resulting from a lack of melanin in the front layer of the iris, known as the stroma, which causes light to scatter and reflect back as blue due to shorter wavelengths, a phenomenon similar to why the sky appears blue. This lack of pigment means blue eyes are not actually blue in color, but appear so because of light scattering, a process called Tyndall scattering. All right, there you go. My eyes are only somewhat blue. My eyes are technically that other thing when they're two colors. I can't remember what it's called though. But my eyes are mostly blue, but I've got streaks of brown in it and dots of brown, and then around my iris it's brown. And so, and when it's all that, it's called something different. For a second I thought it was hazel, but then they're like, no, hazel's a different thing. This is what made David Bowie. I've got the same thing that David Bowie's got. Like when you've got one eye one color and one eye the other color. That's an extreme version of it, but I've just got both eye colors in my eye color. That's what I've got. I mean, it's my driver's license says my eyes are blue. I mean, but you know, because it's like, well, it's blue with tiny dots of brown. They don't have room. They don't have room for that. And oh, the smell goes away once your body uses what it needs. If you don't need it, eat it other times. Hoo-wee, P-U. Wait. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Got it. Okay, Darlene, short-haired, younger, about a year old, maybe a bit younger. About 7 months ago, their cat Dolly passed, and they had another cat named Starla. The introductions have started. He seems calm. Starla is shy and a bit more freaked out, but no aggression. Right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense for a couple reasons. First off, as a general rule, dude cats are way more chill than girl cats. First off. And second off, the new cat knows that he's the new cat in town. So it's always going to be the other cat where it's like, whoa, who invited this neighbor to come move into my neighborhood? What? I didn't even know the house was for sale. Sharon, did you know that house across the street was for sale and now we get new neighbors? No, did not know. That's kind of what Starla's thinking about. Um, and hazel, and that scattering is why the sky is blue. And let's see here. And your eyes are clear from the inside. What? And Tareen has blue on the inside and yellow on the outside. Oh, interesting. What David Bowie had was an injury from getting punched in the eye really hard. Okay, well, people who have that naturally then, whatever that's called, that's what I've got. And brown is the most common color in the United States. I would assume it also is globally. Oh, just as it is globally. Here's a breakdown of eye color in the U.S. 45% brown, 27 blue, 18 hazel, 9 with green, and 1% with eyes of another color. So, yeah, I can't remember what it's called when you've got streaks of other colors in, but that's me. My mom had pure blue eyes. My dad had light brown eyes. My sister has the darkest brown eyes I've ever seen. I swear, dude, sometimes I think my sister might belong to the mailman, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so Darlene, you have Rick, your eye color is bloodshot. Nice. And let's see here. Darlene, though, you have hazel bluish eyes. See, that's what I consider my eyes. But then when I looked into it deeper, apparently I'm the kind with two colors. Let's see here. Oh, really? You had a friend with two different colored eyes? She had a horse and a dog that was the same? That's so cute. Yeah, I met a dog the other day. Isn't it like the Australian border collies or something that oftentimes have two different colored eyes? Let's see here. Wait, hold on. It's less if you include the whole world. What's less, Pussycat? The blue eyes or the brown eyes? Because I would assume that, yeah, the blue eyes for sure is way less. If you do worldwide. Oh no, you're talking about hazel? Okay, so hazel. 18% hazel eyes in the US, 11% hazel eyes worldwide. Gotcha. Well, that does make sense. And then Chuck, I've always heard that your eyes are different colors in the same iris. It's called hazel. I've read that as well, which is why I was like, oh, should I start saying that my eyes are hazel? But then I don't know. All of the pictures on the interwebs that showed hazel eyes, even though they described it as having two different colors, none of them looked like what my eyes look like. It's heterochromia. Oh no, but that's eyes with two different colors. Yeah, I don't know what I have. All I know is that my eyes are not pure blue. That's all I know. And also my eyes do seem to change color with the lighting. I definitely know that sometimes they look way more green than normal. And I definitely know sometimes my eyes are more gray than normal. So yeah, there you go. If a cat is white and has blue eyes, it will be deaf. And if it's white on one side with a blue eye, that ear will be deaf. Interesting. And Terry, your sister had deep blue eyes. Your mother had green eyes. And Kylo's eyes glow green in the dark, not red. Yeah, it sounds like Kylo's got that same thing in his eyes that kitties have, where their eyes glow in the dark. It's like a little reflective thing in the back of their eyeball. Yeah, back of the eyeball, whatever it's called. And let's see here. Max Scherzer, a professional baseball pitcher, has two different colored eyes due to a condition called heterochromia iridis. And I don't know if I'm iridis. Iridis. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Which is a genetic conditioning causing an imbalance in melanin pigment in the iris. His left eye is brown, while his right eye is blue, a trait he has had since birth and has embraced throughout his career. And interesting, Mama Sean, your mom knew immediately if you had a fever because of your eyes. That actually doesn't really surprise me at all. I mean, obviously, I don't know how she did it, but moms can oftentimes just tell. Yeah. And I have a friend who has gray blue eyes that go green only when he is in a dangerous phase of identity. My eyes might turn green during a similar dangerous phase of identity, actually. And Pinnell, your first boyfriend, had eyes that obviously changed colors: green, turquoise, light brown, hazel. Yeah, and I can only assume that it really is just an illusion of light scattering and, but then again, if it does change with the mood, I suppose it could have something to do with a little bit more with blood flow, and yeah, I don't know. And shine a light on sharks and gators in the dark, and its red eyes looking back at you. Yeah, I've seen, well, I didn't know about the shark part, but I've seen the gator part, and that part is terrifying. I've seen a picture of, I don't know if it was a swamp, a bayou, or whatever the flying fork it was, but it was down somewhere in the deep south, and it was at night, and it was just this picture of I'm going to call it a pond, a lake, some water, and you could see the shadowy outlines of the trees and the vague reflection of water, but in the water was nothing but like 2 by 2 by 2, these like dots just right at the water, floating on top of the water, and all of those dots, 2 by 2 by 2, were alligators or crocodiles. I don't really know. I don't really care. It was one of the two. And it was just like, wow, dude, there's 27 crocodiles in that lake right there. Whoo, boy, howdy. I don't really understand how people in the South go into the water, ever, frankly. And Mama Sean, your eyes are lavender when sick, blue otherwise. And you know a girl back in England that had gray eyes. Interesting. I have lots of gators in my river where I go fishing. Yeah, going fishing is one thing. It's the going swimming that's the craziness. And exactly, Trail Dust, tacos, appendix, fruitcake, and eyes might make a country song. I don't know, dude. We didn't talk about going to jail. We didn't talk about getting drunk. We didn't talk about our truck. We didn't talk about church. And we didn't talk about our mama. So I'm not so sure, and we didn't talk about prison. So I don't really know if we can make a country song, okay? Because, we already know that the best country song in the world has been written talking about, well, I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. Right? Y'all know that song? I wish I could remember the rest of that beautiful line. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison, or something, and then she got ran over by a dang old train. Somebody help me. I got drunk. We all know this one, right? And I went to pick her up in the rain, but before I could get there, she went and got hit by a train or something like that. So you can call me darling. I used to love that song. I used to know that song by heart. It's a good song. So you don't have to call me darling, but you never even call me by my name. That was it. But before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a dang old train. So you can call me, darling, but you never even call me by my name. I quote that song to some people sometimes. Not everybody gets that. I'm glad Terry at least understood what I was talking about. Anybody know who it's happened, but not to me? Okay, wait. I'm thinking you're not talking about the best country song in the world. You're talking about how do you catch fish with gators, Pussycat? Don't the gators go after your bait and try to get your fish hook? And try to get your fish you hook? And Pussycat saying, yes, it has happened, but not to me. And let's see here. Yeah, and we got now we're sidetracked on trains. And then gators, 14-foot gators. And Mickey Newberry wrote that song, but he's not the one who sang it. Who was it? David Allan Coe, wasn't it? And this is a David Allan Coe song, isn't it, that I'm thinking? About the perfect song, country music song. Gotta talk to your mama. Gotta talk about trains. Gotta talk about your pickup truck. Gotta be drunk. David Allan Coe, I think, is the one who... David Allan Coe, says Terry. That was it. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. So I went to pick her up in the rain, but before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a danged old train. There you go. That's it. So you can call me darling, or something like that. Anyway, all right. David Allan Coe. All right, y'all. So it is an hour and 23 minutes after I started the stream, and I would like to say that I'm not itching nearly as much as I was when I started. But you guys would probably be the better judges of that, because y'all have been the ones watching me. Yeah. And yes, 3 chords is all you need. That's all you need in rock and roll, and that's all you need in rock and roll, and that is all you need in country music as well. Which is why rock and roll and country music have a lot of songs that sound exactly alike. Because basically, they're the same song. C, D, and G. Yes, those are the most common. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, spam alert, but that's okay. Terry in Scotland and Rick both were hopping on it. There's swords of no mercy. Banning, blocking, shifting, mocking. That's what they were doing. That's exactly what they were doing. Write that. I know what they were doing. It was this. Yes. Skin under the fingernails. Well, trail dust. Actually, you know what? Okay, this is this is gonna get real dark real quick. But if I got killed tonight, and they checked under. Okay, you know, like when this really isn't that funny. You know how when people get killed, they oftentimes during the autopsy and things like that, they check for defensive wounds, and they check underneath the fingernails of the victim to see if they can get any skin samples of DNA who might be the perpetuator. I swear to God, if someone killed me tonight, all they would get underneath my fingernails is my own skin. They'd just be like, I don't know, man. She was her own victim. She must have killed herself because she was scratching and clawing at her all over her body. Okay, that wasn't that funny, but for some reason that just made me laugh really hard. And oh, all right. So, am I bailing early? Pussycat, you know, I probably could bail a few minutes early, but we've made it this far, so might as well go for the final 4. And Elaine, the first train... Oh, right. I guess this makes sense. Elaine, the first train I saw was in Canada. Our driver put the car in park and said, this is going to be long, about a mile of cars. Wow. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Sometimes they, not in the middle of cities. They seem to like, I don't know, dude. I've seen some trains out in the middle of nowhere that do seem like they're probably a mile long. I mean, it is pretty incredible. And that is true. When you're at a stop at a railroad crossing, you know, and the thing says don't go, you'll get killed if you go further. Seriously, I just turned my car off because you never know. It might be 3 cars. It might be 3,000 cars. You just never know. I prefer when the commuter train goes by because that's usually only 5 or 6 cars. But the freight trains, no, they are forever. And you made it so far, says Darlene to me. But if I want to sleep better tonight, get something like we discussed to dab on and change my sheets too. Yeah, I will be changing my sheets. That is for sure. And well, see, Honda, I don't know if I need more, but oh, yeah, I do. I only have one left. But even if I didn't need more of these, there's difference. Like, I'm thinking of getting some calamine lotion or some calamine / Benadryl lotion, which is what Darlene told me about. That's what that's what I'm going to be looking for. And let's see here. Yeah, I would be my own prime suspect, without a doubt. Absolutely. Hey, Michael Anthony Smith, good to see you. You are coming in super late, which is probably good, because if you spent the last hour and a half here with us, you would be itching and scratching just like I am. Just like everybody else is. I am somehow covered with some sort of something, and I'm inflamed and itching. And watching other people scratch is not a fun time, but these crazy weirdos did it. So that's cool. And I really appreciate that. I super appreciate the mods modding, because we actually had a need to mod. Oh my goodness. We had a need to mod. We had a silly person. And, Michael, am I allergic to you? Oh no. I've been itching for the last probably 48 hours. So unless you snuck into my house and rubbed yourself all over my sheets a couple nights ago, no, it's not you. Not you. I swear to God, Greg Brady and Peter Brady and Bobby Brady came into my house a few nights ago and put itching powder in my sheets. And I think the antihistamines make you woozy, silly. No, well, yeah, well, no. I mean, no, they don't really. I've used enough Benadryl in my life that I don't have that anymore. In fact, I've probably mentioned to you guys my allergy speedball, which is one Benadryl crossed with one Sudafed. And when I say allergy, I don't mean skin allergy. I mean like nose, eyes, face, awfulness allergy. I like to take antihistamine like Benadryl, and then I also like to take a decongestant like Sudafed, and so it's the 1-2 punch. And I'm sure any doctor that's listening to me say that is having a heart attack right now, because I'm fairly certain you're not supposed to combine those two, but I do, and it works for me. Yes, indeed. All right, so Terry in Scotland, thank you so much for those 1,000 biddies to close the show up. It is now right on the dot, bottom of the hour. I'm going to say thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Saturday, we will be watching a movie on Statterbox and Cinema called Smoke Signals. It was from 1998. It is a Native American film. And yeah, hopefully we'll see each other 6 p.m. West Coast time. And one final question. I know we're supposed to leave, but is Andy going to be online this Saturday, Friday? When's Andy coming back? Is Andy coming back this week? Bye. So we might see each other on Friday if Andy's back. Luke will be on in a half an hour. Okay, we'll probably see each other there too, although I might be late because I am going to the grocery store. I mean the drugstore. And I'm going to find something to slather myself in. All right, so Andy will be back in early December. We will not see each other on Friday. There we go. All right, see you at Photo Luke's in a little bit. I'll probably be late because I got to go get some moisture. No, not moisture. Anti-itch. Whatever. See each other soon.